It is. Hey, everybody. We are here. Woohoo. Mr. Doughboy, always in suspense. And it's building for you, isn't it? Yeah. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in.
And
Um,
it's building for you.
I got to turn off my
No,
phone.
I got it.
YouTube.
I got it.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wonderful to be here.
Yes.
We've had an eventful week. Eventful since Friday. It's been 4th of July. How was your 4th of July, Lisa? Yesterday.
Yesterday it was pretty
We didn't,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of quiet. Um,
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere. Just stayed at home, chilled.
yeah, and
I
that's
mean, it was,
yeah. I'm sorry.
sometimes you just need to.
Yeah, I had I made this gigantic vegetable salad, and it was so good. Uh,
Did you?
yeah, and
Very, very cool.
yeah. Well, it wasn't from my garden; it was from the garden of one of the farmers who I visited this week, and she shared, some of her stuff, and it was a little sad. I was jealous, if I'm going to be fully transparent.
There's America's Silver Patriot. Hey, America.
Hey.
See my finger, America? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. How do you show that? It's kind of awkward. Oh, I can't. It's an awkward position.
Oh, and you
Oh,
can see it.
isn't that cool?
Yeah. I'm trying to get the YouTube back up.
Good morning, Donnie Wayne. Thank you for coming. And
Hi,
Maria Mino, how are you?
Reno.
Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine.
So, Mr. Doughboy, I don't know if my mic was on when I said good morning to you. So, good morning.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Wait till you see what we're going to chat about. These two plants. I'll show it to you guys real quick. Ready? These two plants. Uh-oh.
America, good morning.
Yarrow, which is right here. This lovely. That's the top. These are the leaves. I should probably make my single, huh? Okay. I get a bigger screen that way. Yarrow. Okay. Which I have some hanging and drying. And this, I actually took this out of the ground today. Okay. This camera's going to give me some trouble.
Jake Tizzo.
There's Jay Tizzo. Hello, hello. We're not going to be able to talk about mushrooms today because we haven't had a chance to get a hold of Shroom Day. And we're going to have to plan that one out. But these I took out of the yard. They're already starting to wilt and everything. But look at there. This one is starting to do seeds. And it actually does a mushroomy or like rosetti type thing. But look at the roots on this one. It's really big. I don't know if you can use the roots or not. But this, I might try to dry those seeds out. Maybe I should put this in water and plant some. Not like I need more, but I could send them to you, Lisa.
Well, you know what? I found some.
Did you really?
Yes. So I've been on patrol, out looking,
Nice.
and I've been finding stuff.
Very cool.
I'm setting up some space in my garden to specifically grow some of these things because I have dogs, I have animals, and if I'm going to be using it for medicinal purposes, I don't want any added biology there.
Right. Hey, Chief Stacker, thank you for coming. Good to see you. You don't mind what you talk about. I'm just glad to be here with him. We're glad to have you, Tizzo. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, America's going to be right back. All right.
Hey, Chief Stacker. So before we go any too far, Donnie Wayne, I need to contact you about something. I'm looking for your video where you talk about the herbicides and the grazon. So if you know which video it is, I was cruising through your videos looking for it, and I would have like shiny moments where, or like shiny object moments where I was getting
squirrel.
So
Squirrels.
yeah, squirrel. So I was like, which video is the one where you're talking about the grazon and the herbicides? I would really like more information.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need Donnie to weigh in about this.
Maybe we should get have a plan. Donnie, can you come up on panel one time?
It would be helpful.
We could do that. Email me at dianescabin22@gmail.com. Tell me what your schedule is. We'll program that or schedule that in. We try to do that, but this is very important. The more information we have on it, the better. Thomas Buckley, good morning to you.
Good morning, Thomas.
So the update, you guys seen my video, right? It's in the description down below. I went out. I'm going to show this to you, and I harvested some pineapple weed, right? And there it is drying. I got a nice little harvest there. Oh, let me just there we go. We got a bigger screen that helps. See? And it's drying, which is great and grand and glorious, right?
Did you?
Dried already. I just laid it out. I didn't even dehydrate them this
That's
time.
what I was just going to ask you. Did you dehydrate it and did you condition it and all that kind of stuff?
No, I just made sure the fan was going, which is helping to dry it out a lot easier. Joe was getting tired of the noise. So I was like, okay, there are more ways to, do that. And, oh, darn. There's junk over there I don't want y'all seeing. Okay,
I don't really see anything.
yeah. Hey. Okay, good. You can do that one day. Okay, excellent, Mr. Tolbert. There is Mr. Boudreau. Thank you, Donnie Wayne. Good morning to you, Mr. Boudreau. Horticulturalist. If only that were a true statement. So,
Mr. Boudreau, hi.
So I'm going to show you my finger, okay? If you've seen the video, then you know that I cut my finger pretty badly. And look at it today. That was on Friday. This is Tuesday. And it looks amazing. Wow, camera doesn't want to focus, does it? It doesn't like close-up. So it's doing really great. It hasn't bled since. In about 20 or 30 minutes after that event, I crushed up, I had some dried yarrow. This is the yarrow. This is what it looks like. See the tops? They got aren't those the cutest little flowers? They're tiny. And then here are the leaves, and they're kind of feathery-like. And the thing that medicinal purpose or product properties in the yarrow is it helps to stop bleeding. And it also takes away pain. Here, I'll read you about it from Wild Edibles by Sergei. He's got a great story, and I put that in the description link as a resource as well. Yarrow has stypic properties, which means it helps to slow down bleeding, which it enables to stop bleeding, actually. It also antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and pain-killing properties, which is why throughout that whole time, at least I didn't have any pain. So that, and there was pain, but it wasn't like, it was weird. So when I did that little tincture, it was okay to do that with the water and kind of crumble it up and everything. But I've also seen that you're supposed to dry it out and to put it in a powder so you have it readily available that way, like a first aid kit. And then you put some water on it and you put that on there. Well, I did it as if I was outside in an emergency kind of type thing. A little goes a long ways. I probably used too much, but I didn't know, I was just trying it out. And to reap the benefits from yarrow, you only need to consume a small amount. Well, I didn't have to consume it, but also yarrow smells a lot like chamomile. Well, does it? I don't think so. But if it doesn't smell strong, I can't smell it. So it's an antifungal, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory herb. It is from the sunflower family, which contains no poisonous plants. Isn't that nice to know? Though it is edible, it is not meant to be consumed in large amounts. So, for example, if you have a cold and flu, I have a jar that I dehydrated the flowers from. And that is going to be safe for later on when you have the stuffy nose and the respiratory thing. And hi, babe, and that kind of thing. So I've got that saved up. You can put that in a tea and create a tea. Um, do I need to be? I should have you join me, huh? So you can comments and whatever. Though it is edible, is not okay. Yarrow is very potent and can lead to an upset stomach if overindulged. So 1 cup of tea, 2 cups of tea when you're not feeling really great. Do those grow in Florida? And I've seen them. Yarrow is safe. Okay, yeah. Queen Anne's lace also, yep. No, it's hemlock that's toxic. The Queen Anne's lace are okay. I used to get those mixed up. But I don't know my other self. Why?
Yeah. Queen Anne's lace can be used as a contraceptive, and that should tell you a lot.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. That's more on that because I was thinking the same thing, and I went checking on it, and there's mixed information about it. So that requires professionals.
Okay.
You know,
Mr.
I'm not
Doughboy.
going to trust the Google.
Acceptable antiseptic.
Pardon me?
Mr. Doughboy, acceptable antiseptic.
Thanks for stopping by, Reno. Have fun at your
Yeah,
project.
Raymond, I'm sorry you have to take off. Oh, Chief Stacker says hello, Joe. Hello, Chief Stacker.
Yeah,
I'm
hi,
sorry.
Joe.
And Lisa said, hi, Joe. He's
Oh,
getting it put together. Huh?
he's there.
Yeah, he's here. I know. I know. He's moving around. Um, we didn't realize yesterday was the 4th of July. So on Friday, when I sent out emails and said we weren't going to do auction on Friday, but we plan on it Monday. He's like, I didn't realize it was going to be the 4th. So, he decided family time is more important. All right, back to the topic. Tea brewed from yarrow leaves and flowers is a good remedy for fevers. It also purifies the blood and it can be used to disinfect wounds. Dun, 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 dun. So I did disinfectant preventative with the yarrow at the same time.
That's
You know,
probably why it really worked, is because you got it on fast.
yes.
And when we bleed, we're cleaning the wound, actually, right?
Right. Well, and I put water on it right away when I came in the door because I wasn't sure what was on the knife.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just say to people, I couldn't watch when I saw the blood. I was like, I'll listen, but I couldn't watch.
Oh, Donnie Wayne knows about Queen Anne's lace.
Really?
Yeah, poison hemlock is a nasty plant. You spend 2 years getting rid of it here. Is that right, Donnie Wayne? Good. We need to have you come on board. Yeah, he's got some information to share.
Well, yeah, he's like a farmer.
Well, yeah. Right.
It would be
Right.
really, really good to have your input, Donnie.
For sure. Young leaves can be eaten raw in salads, but use them sparingly as flavor can crowd the mix. Okay, so they must have a strong flavor. Anyway, that's about the yarrow. This little, okay, I have to widen my screen just so they can see the whole thing because it grows almost 3 foot tall. I mean, look how long this one is that I pulled out from the backyard this morning.
I think the giveaway on identifying that is the leaves.
Definitely. And they stagnate. They don't grow together.
Okay.
And they're very, look at, I mean, it's already starting to dry out.
You can't see.
Oh, sorry.
No.
They're just feathery. Aren't they the coolest? They're so pretty. And they're soft.
They're pretty.
And it's from the mint family too, even though it says it's from, what was that family? I don't know because
Higher. Yeah. Can we see the square stem? Does it have a square stem?
I believe it does. Let's see. Well, it's not round for sure, and it kind of feels hairy. So if it's smooth and round, it's not yarrow.
Okay, Mr. Doughboy, that's kind of yucky.
Okay, you should do that with the grapes and making wine, Mr. Doughboy. Just saying, because that's more appropriate. Oh, he just wanted a reaction, don't you know? Nick is going to probably be by here later. She had some family matters she had to attend to, so she's not here today. But hopefully she will be here later on in the program. So then, if you saw in the video, I'd be glad to try and help. Okay, good, Donnie. That's wonderful news. Wonderful news.
Wait, we missed cheese stacker. Do those grow in Florida? I've seen them down here. I think you probably have. It took me a little bit to see mine because I kept mowing them down.
Well, they grow first. They grow with these in it. Okay, these long little leaves right here.
Well, wait a minute. Is he talking about plantain or
I think,
or the yarrow?
since we're talking about, I don't know. But when they first grow out, there's nothing but leaves like this. They're just really big and long.
Chief Stacker's in the yard looking. That's like me.
That's funny. So I don't know. I can look it up. Joe's gonna say UVWXY. Okay, yarrow. Where does it grow? Descriptions. Fuzzy leaflets. Okay, leaves follow alternate pattern and are made up of many small fuzzy leaflets. Yarrow flowers grow in wide clusters at the top of the plant in an umbrella shape. It has a pleasant and sweet smell and a remnants. Okay. I didn't see anywhere where it said where it grew. But you know what I've done? I've done a Google research to where I was able to go on my state horticultural website, and they can tell you the yarrow. Okay. To be honest with you, I don't know. This is from California. What state are you in, Chief? The book is out of California. And he's got an interesting story to where this was the guy that walked with his family all the way across the America. They just walked. They wanted to take a trip. I don't know if it was east or west or north or south. I can't remember. And what they did, and him and his parents, when he was a young kid, they packed up their food, and then they had certain stops, and then they would stock back up. You have 5 acres to look over. Well, there you go. You got your work cut out for you, Chief Stacker. I totally get it. Anyway, they ran out of food before they went to one stop, so they had to Jacksonville, Florida. Okay. You know what? I think it probably does. So they learned how to eat off the land. You know, the foods such as yarrow is good. Plantain. Look how big these leaves got. How big they are. This is the broadleaf plantain.
Boy, that's nice.
I know it. They've been sitting out for a while since I pulled them out. I should have put them in water because I was usually pulling like this is what I pulled out Friday, just one small one like this.
You used?
Yes, and that's what I used after the yarrow, and I crunched it up. But I was told that you should have, and I saw that, and in the description, and oh wait, in the description there's a link to the video from it's in Something Goddess. Her son had a bee sting, and she took a pestle and mortar and broke it up really, really good to where there were some juices coming off.
A what in water?
Plantain.
A plantain pistol or a
Pestle and mortar.
Oh, pistol and mortar and
right,
okay.
Right, where you grind it up really, really good.
Yeah.
And then they put it on there, and it pulled the bee sting out. It also took the poison, but it also removed the pain of the sting.
Dang.
On that video. And I was like, okay, that's what I should have done, was broke it up more. I just took it and wrinkled it and opened it up. But I did, however, and I've been doing this period. This is my plantain salve stick, and every once in a while I'll just put it on there. I haven't had a bandage on for two since Saturday night.
That's just crazy great. Did you say you used the yarrow too, though?
First, I used the yarrow first.
I missed that.
It was at the very beginning. And one of the reasons I took it out because the yarrow was leaving little green spots, little plants in my wound. and I was just, that kind of nerved me a little bit. So I took it out and I grabbed that. And the reason I did that was because, and I rolled it up and made a Band-Aid out of it. Whereas had I known to break it up, the green goodness that comes out of the plant, I could have put on the wound.
Wait. I'm confused. Sorry. So the yarrow left some kind of residue, and you
Yeah.
got concerned. Hold on. Let me see if I got it. Okay. The yarrow left a little residue because I think the yarrow might have been part of this healing.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Okay. So
Hello, Bo Palmer. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry, say that again.
it sounds like it's the combo of them. And then you used the plantain after scrunching.
As mm-hmm.
You,
And I
you
mostly use that as a bandage.
okay. That makes good sense.
And then I left, well, and I taped it on there with a Band-Aid to make sure it wouldn't come
Yeah, I
off.
saw that. I saw the tape.
Right, but I got that yarrow, I mean the plantain all wet and crinkled it up.
Okay.
And I probably could have pounded it out and got more of the juices out of there. But I just did what I did. But it didn't bleed again. And when I
I'm
put
thinking it's the yarrow did. The yarrow got in it real quick.
the yarrow didn't slow the bleeding down. When I put the plantain, here was the thing, is I put the plantain on it, wrapped it up, and went back out and finished harvesting some pineapple weed.
You're insane. That's crazy. I'd have been like 911.
Well, it didn't hurt, and I could bend it, and I knew everything was protected. I mean, it wasn't going to get anything. Excuse me.
Such an amazing demonstration.
That was pretty cool. I was pretty impressed with these plants for sure. Juices, that's right. The juices of the plantain should have gone in there. But you know what? Because I left pieces of the plantain on it for well over 24 hours.
Okay.
I mean, look at it. I got to show it to you.
Did you put any more? I mean, this is the healing on that. It was so substantially.
Well, you can see how the original size of that wound was.
And effective. That's why I'm drilling down on that yarrow, because I feel like the yarrow.
Oh, it had,
first.
right. And that was my go-to weed first.
So you use the flower.
No, I took the leaves.
The leaves.
And I already had them dehydrated and in a container.
Oh, okay.
So I grabbed them.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was so freaked out about it. All I could think about was that gigantic cut on your finger and you're going to put weeds on it. I was like, no. So I kind of blanked out. Now I really need to drill down and say, okay, what exactly you did? You went inside and you already had your yarrow dried.
Yeah, and I had it in a jar. So I grabbed it out of my curio cabinet, pulled some out. I grabbed a little cup with water, and I got it good and wet.
Okay.
And wrinkled it up, and pieces of leaf were what were sticking in the wound.
Okay, and that kind of made you feel like,
that kind of got me nervous. Yeah, which
okay.
would have been maybe okay.
Did you wash them off?
Yeah, I took them off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, enough of this. And the bleeding slowed down. I wasn't worried about it. So then I figured, okay, I'm going to use the plantain because I grabbed some. And I used the plantain, broke it up, and made a small little bandage and wrapped it up. And I changed that bandage and added new plantain probably 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
But I was surprised that it didn't bleed through.
Yeah. I mean, it was amazing.
It was amazing. And then I went out and finished harvesting, came back, took it off to see what it looked like. No blood at all. Nothing.
Yeah, that part, after it was settling down, I could look and try and process what you did. Next question. Do you have well water?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, there's some.
I don't know if that would have made a difference. I don't know.
I mean, there's remember, I'm in an urban area.
Okay.
So my water is going to be different. I filter my water. There's stuff, there's a lot of chlorine and stuff in tap water. So I'm thinking, how do I prepare and have something like this on hand? Number one, you need the yarrow ready to go. Plantain.
Or I knew where to get it. I could have gotten and went and cut some yarrow off right
Right.
fresh, like I did with the plantain. I didn't have regular plantain in a container ready to go.
Except yarrow doesn't stay fresh for very long. It's a flower. It's not going to
Right.
be forever.
It doesn't matter if it's dehydrated. It doesn't matter if it's raw. It out of the plant. They say, okay, if you get cut in a wound and you're outside, go grab the yarrow, chew it up, and put it on your wound.
Okay, so dry. So okay, if you have it handy, great. If you don't, okay. I'm not going to just put the plants from my yard on a wound without cleaning it because of my animals. So I'm trying to get some kind of controlled environment here. You don't have those issues. And the thing that I think distilled water, like I'm thinking, survival. If things aren't, you're not near medical facility or something,
Right,
how's
right,
it going to go down? You know?
right. Here's the whole thing. If it was bad enough that it needed medical attention, it was slowed it down for me to drive 45 minutes to a clinic or hospital.
Look what Donnie Wayne is saying.
Yes.
Plantain is awesome in a salad and add some dandelion. Yeah, we're on to that. Young poke leaves. Don't know about those. Leaf lettuce. Yeah, I know about that.
That sounds really good, Donnie Wayne. Hello, Mr. V. Rose.
Rose. Hello.
Good
Now
to see
I didn't
you.
say hi to Bo Palmer. I think you got to say hi. Hi, Bo Palmer.
Yeah. Hi, Bo. Thank you for coming, Bo. You have well water and an RO unit for purified water. Reverse osmosis. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's
See, and I'm in an urban area. I'm like somebody, I have a house, but it's very urban, and I'm on city water, and I don't, I filter it. Um, so there's a lot of differences here, but because you want to be careful about what you're putting on, right?
right.
You need to think it's not like just any one thing. Sorry, I'm putting my hair.
Well, and even well water doesn't necessarily mean it's good. You've got some like we've got rust in ours,
Okay.
so it's not bad. It was worse at the other house. It was pretty bad. The other house, I was like, whoa,
Would you have
but
used it? Would you have used the well water?
from the other house,
Uh-huh.
yeah, because we actually put a filter on the cold water line.
Okay. Like,
So at that point,
yeah, like I wouldn't want to introduce additional bacteria or something harmful without thinking it through. Like, I think having distilled water available in this kind of instance in an urban area would be
right,
appropriate.
right, right. You know, here's the thing. We have a first aid kit that we have put together and always have had it together to where it's got the bandages, the Neosporin, the whatever, the whatever. But I didn't have time. I had to stop the bleeding.
Look, this was an amazing demonstration, and you are a rock star for doing.
Well, I thought, okay, I hear about this. I'm learning about this. Let's test it out. What's the worst that can happen?
You could get a bad infection.
Well, then they would fix it. I wasn't worried about it. I guess
No,
my
I,
grandma
I
used to
say, I
do
say,
that all the time.
it
My
was
grandma
good.
used, I didn't even know that plant was what she was using, but my grandma used this stuff, and I was like, if grandma can do it, I can do it.
Okay, so didn't have never had that experience, with grandma doing anything like that.
Well, and I'm apprehensive, and I had enough research on the plantain
Yeah,
and on the yarrow to where I knew what I had. So I
but you
had,
trusted it. You
huh?
trusted it, Diane. You trusted it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. I
Yeah,
did.
and I think and that sounds woo, but I think that matters.
You have to go real deep with your well to avoid the high iron content. Is that right, Chief? Well, that makes sense because that explains. So after all of that, something happened to my knee. So I have a different ailment. And, essential oils, muscle, whatever. It's crazy. It doesn't stop, does it? But see, now look what has happened. It's like every time I put,
That's
isn't
it.
that crazy? I put some plantain stick on it and it softens it up, but it doesn't bleed. It hasn't bled since 20 minutes, I would say, of having that plantain on there in a bandage. And then Joe says, well, you need to let it air. And I said, no, it's not ready for air yet. So I kept a bandage on it for the next 24 hours just to make sure. Plus, I wanted to see. I was going to keep it on forever, but it got the surrounding skin all funky, wrinkled up and everything. I was like, nah, I don't want to. But it's not hurt ever since. You know how it itches because it's healing around it. Like
Yeah,
I have itch here, but not, it doesn't on the actual wound itself. Nothing.
that's
Just
great. Chief Stacker says as well as 180 feet deep. Wow.
wow. That's a deep well.
Yeah.
Is it just me or does my other self look like Pat Benatar today? Yeah, she's rocking it. She does. You're right, Vero.
Different every day. It's like, oh. So Mr. V Rose says to Chief Stacker, well water here too in Southwest Florida. Don't drink it or cook with it.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
I did, Donnie Wayne. I actually took it and I crinkled it up to make sure it broke up, and I tore it apart and layered it. And, the last round that I did, it actually changed to a dark green under the bandage. So whatever was happening on my skin or in that wound was pulling the uh, properties into the wound. And
Wow.
yeah, it was kind of interesting. And, you know, I just think it's crazy because I was able to wash my hair and do dishes and it not hurt.
That
It's,
blows my mind.
I know. That's why I wanted to talk to you guys about it because this is crazy. And, sometimes, when you have a scab heal over and you bend it, you crack it and it bleeds. I don't have any of that. It
Yeah.
just, I
I'm,
this is me.
let me just say, I'm so convinced. I went out and dug up my plantains and put them in pots.
To make sure they grow. I could
Yeah,
send you this one if you want.
that's
Better
just,
yet, maybe
just
these seeds, so I
beautiful.
can send you some seeds.
No, I went out and then I went out to the back, oh, behind railroad tracks.
Oh, that farm?
Well, yeah, I went driving down the road. I live a little bit near an industrial area. So I thought, well, I'm going to go follow the water and see what I can find. See if I can find any of this stuff. Like I wanted to see the narrow yarrow, no, wait, the narrow, wait,
Yarrow. The
narrow
narrow
plant.
yarrow.
No, I'm going first. And the narrow plantain, because you guys, there's two types of plantain. There's the
That's
fat
right.
leaf
This was a
and
broadleaf. The one that I have is broadleaf.
the broadleaf. Okay, and the narrow leaf though has other medicinal properties, which I am unprepared to discuss.
You are?
I no, I'm unprepared. I'm not
Oh,
prepared.
okay.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
because they have the narrow has different properties than the wide?
Yes, they do,
Really?
and the narrow is the more beneficial. So I'm like, I'm gonna go see if I can find it, and I did. That's the picture I sent you while I was out. So you guys, what I've been doing is Diane is finding all this stuff in her backyard, and then we're taking pictures of it, and I'm looking them up on my little app. And so then I go out and I see if I can find those plants in my area, and I've been doing okay. What's the one that had the little black dot on it? Remember that one plant that you were really looking for, and it had on the leaf, it had a black dot.
I
Remember?
think that was lady's thumb. The red shank or Jesus plant. It had the red dot on the leaf and the pink flowers coming up the
Yeah,
stem.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I found
Um,
that one, and I was like, Yahoo! And
did you really?
yes, I did.
Very
Um,
cool.
yeah.
Hello, Biggie. I'm sorry.
So,
Biggie came in.
hi, Biggie.
No, he hasn't taken away any sharp knives, America, because you know what? I need them. Yeah, I just need to slow down and think about what I'm doing instead of being distracted. You
Well,
saw,
that happens with the videos. Like I'm trying to take videos as I'm doing stuff, and I'm getting warnings from my phone. Warning, your battery's about to blow up. And I'm like, no.
about to blow up. Oh
Well,
my.
it's hot down here. It's like 90 degrees. So
Well,
I only get a few seconds. Really, when I turn that video stuff on, I only get a few seconds.
oh
And
my.
yeah, I had to be super careful. So I have my little ice pack, and you can't get water on the phone, but I've
Wow.
got pictures. I'm not doing videos, but I've got pictures of what I'm finding. You can take that off and split us, please.
I'm going to, I'm just adjusting some stuff
Oh, okay.
because I want to show what I did. I started microgreens, a whole new set.
Okay, let's talk
And
about microgreens.
you want to go to that? Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Okay. Whoops. Is that going to work?
I love your
This
weight.
thing is really showing a lot. I don't want seen. Okay.
Did the weight help? Because I think that's a key.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. So this was one of the first micro growing bins that I got. And I put the weight, and when you do, and took the cocoa core. Oh my goodness, look at that.
It helps. Okay, so here's something that I think matters. You stress the plant.
Well, it forces it to try to dig, and you black it out for 3 days. So I did this, I forget what day, and I haven't even looked at it, but I soaked that cocoa core real good. Okay, and I got the excess water to where it wasn't going to be crazy. See, now these are ready for me. Oh, I wonder if I should wait a little bit longer. And they seem to be pretty damp yet to where I don't need to spray them
Well, do they?
because
What is
this is hydroponic growing.
yes.
And no, I think, well, I'm going to spray them anyway. I took the seeds off the back of it. See, and there's some, but I'm surprised. This was cool. This is
I
really,
really do think the weight is like,
that's key.
I do too. I think so.
Definitely key. So I'm gonna put this one back and show you. Now that is the same seeds that I sprinkled in those other little ones, and it very well could be that I didn't put the weight on there like I probably should have. You know what I mean? So there's that, and now I'm going to do something different here. Get a bigger one.
Mr. V Rose is asking, is that a shake weight? What's a shake weight?
It is a shake weight.
What's a shake
Actually,
weight?
no, that is a dumbbell. It's a 5 pound dumbbell, 6 pound dumbbell.
Okay, but first, can you please explain what's a shake weight?
Yeah, good question. Good question. All right. Is that a shake weight?
Oh, Chief Stacker says, I saw a big black snake when I was looking for the yarrow and said, okay, time to go in the house. Big black snakes are rat snakes and they're keepers. They don't
Oh,
bite you. Yes. And so if you have a big black snake, you say, hello, thank you for doing your job.
wait a minute. Is this all, you know what? Let me get organized here. Whoop. Ay.
All right, what are we looking at? Pickles? Oh.
Yeah. No, we're not supposed to
Are
be
the
looking.
pickles your weight? Is that what you're using for weight?
Yes.
What idea. I love it. Because I only have one dumbbell too. Mine's 10 pounds. I said, I'll work up to it. And I try and use it. And I'm like, I'm a weak
Right. Okay. So this is a jar of pickles that I think I'm going to throw away because they're like 2 years old. I don't know. If
I
anybody
would
knows,
try it. No, you can eat those.
you can. Did you research that? These are still good. Two
I
years
only
old.
researched it because I do stuff like that.
Oh, well, there you go. There's my pickles from
I would
2 years
try
ago.
one. I'd eat it.
And notice I do have a 6 pound weight. Now,
6 pounds
let
in
me
your.
show you how big this this is my this is the one that I use and harvest a big batch. That little one is for my personal use to eat, but I usually harvest a big batch and I dry them and put them into powder form, okay? And put in my shakes and smoothies. Now this isn't quite ready yet. It is really wet. It's dripping
What
wet.
kind are these? What kind of seeds are these?
These are still the mixed greens.
Oh, okay.
I might need to, they're not doing too bad.
It looks like you
And I
did them
think
kind
they're
of
too
in a
wet.
row or something. Did you do those in a row?
No, I just sprinkled them on.
Now, notice this is a good experiment.
But see, look
So
in here. See, all
But
those
wait a
seeds.
minute, it's the pressure. It's what is
Yeah,
that? The where those lines are on the top
that's
bin.
from the pressure of the, yeah.
It looks like it. I think the pressure.
So I think what I need to do is take some of the water out. It's too wet. And it might be drowning my seeds again.
Johnny says, "Don't toss them out. They're good."
Don't toss what out?
You just said you might toss them out. You said
Oh,
no.
the pickles. I was trying to keep up with what we were
Sorry.
chatting about. I got too many things on my plate, apparently.
No,
Right.
okay. So your microgreens look good too, but I am thinking you need a flatter weight. Like, remember that woman used a brick? I get why she did that.
Now, right. See, when it was in that one piece, that weight was in that smaller piece, it covered that whole thing.
Yes.
And you notice if I were to show
Your
this
pickle
again.
jar only covered part of it.
See, and they're also too wet, but that had the weight over there. Oh, wait, over there at one point. And I had the pickle jars together here, if you can see. And then I moved the weight to the center. So I need to move it. I need to get, I'm going to go get some bricks outside and bring them in and set them, all three of them on there.
So, excuse me. Have a great day, Chief Stacker. Hope physical therapy is good. Sometimes I remember physical therapy being painful, so I hope not.
Right. Okay, Donnie Wayne. So my tomatoes from 2 years ago are going to be okay too. My diced tomatoes, my tomato juice, and my tomato sauce. Because here's my weight. I'm putting her back down so I can move her back off of my space. I'm going to focus on you so I can do this because, I don't like showing my everything. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
There.
Okay. So are we still talking microgreens? Because I don't know a whole lot. I'm gonna be trying to set mine up. So I'm the beginner of everything. I've tried microgreens and failed. I did not use weights, and I really think that's a must. I did use coconut coir. I think I peeked at them too many times.
Maybe you didn't let them get dark. See,
I was talking to him. I was like, "Come on, you guys, come on." So I think I need to like wait, the full 3 days before I peak.
Well, I don't know because what I was taught was you look and see how they're doing. If you need to spray them, you spray them. And, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to read what Donnie Wayne is saying. Okay. Go to Lowe's or whatnot and get some vermiculite, right?
Right.
We know about that. And soak the potting soil good. She soaked her coir. Okay. But it wasn't potting soil. It was coconut coir. Sprinkle your seed and cover with about 1/2 inch of vermiculite. Am I saying that right, Donnie? Wet it good. No need to cover. I'm going to do that experiment, Donnie.
As long as they're sealed. Absolutely.
Boudreaux Chia Pet. I'm remembering Chia Pet.
Right. As long as they're sealed, absolutely be good for sure. Much longer than any store-bought crop. I agree. I have to agree. All right. Oh, wait, let's do this. There we go.
As long as they're sealed. Donnie Wayne says, as long as they're sealed, absolutely be good for sure. Much longer than any store-bought crap. What are you talking about, Donnie?
The seeds that they're not broke open.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about seeds that have been stored for a couple years in the refrigerator? What do you think about that? Donnie. We need Donnie up here, I think.
We do. Should we bring him up?
I don't know. Do you have time, Donnie? I mean, it sounds like you know what you're doing with the microgreens.
You know what we should do?
I have questions about the light for the microgreens. What kind of full spectrum light? I've been researching this bulb and that bulb, and how far away it has to be, and there's a lot of different opinions.
I just stick it in front of underneath a window. Her tomatoes and pickles home can last much longer than any store-bought junk. Oh, as long as the cans are sealed. Got it. Got it. And they are. Okay, so 2 years or 3, but probably not 10, right? Or 8. I have some down on the shelf. I'm like, how
You
old
know,
are these?
we've been conditioned to believe that big ag and the corporate processing is better for us, and we've come to trust it because we haven't died immediately from eating it, but we're dying slowly because of eating it, and we have to change our mindset.
True.
That's really the thing. We have to recondition ourselves to understand that we can do this, and that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm like most of the world where I was believing all the stuff that we were fed, you
Right.
know, all that information. And it's been a couple years. I mean, 2020 was my turning point where I really was like, okay, there's just too much evidence that it's not good. And
Right, Boudreaux.
what?
Yeah, it's still sealed, and I don't seal them with
Yes.
the rims because that can give you a false seal.
What?
Yeah. Like once you seal them in the can, take the rims off
Oh.
because it can, if you leave them on there screwed on tight, it can give you a false seal and it's not really sealed. You're eating chili you canned 6 years ago. Okay, America, thanks. That's good to know. And that's got meat in it, right, America? Okay.
We need these guys to show us how to can food.
I think that America does a great job. He does canned stew. I mean, give me a break. I know that looks so good.
Hmm.
I was like, I want to do that. And it's just in the pressure cooker.
Sean.
Hey, Sean. Sure, we take the rings off all of ours. Yes, yes. To be, and you know what? I'm glad I did it that year. That was the first year I'd actually really done it. And they were like, that's when I found out that the lids I was getting, because that was during the season of COVID, where you couldn't find rings, you couldn't find lids, you couldn't find anything. So I ordered some, and they turned out to be bad lids.
Bad. How
Yeah,
did you know
they
they were
didn't
bad?
seal. They didn't seal. And if I would have kept the rings on instead of letting them once they sealed, you hear the pop, 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 and everything, the lid goes down and whatever gives you that sound of being sealed. Well, they weren't sealed because then they started fermenting and oozing and stinking. And come to find out, I went to pick it up and the lid came off. I was like, okay, that's got to go.
Disappointing. What'd you do with all the food? Was it bad?
It wasn't all of it, it was just a few cans or a few jars that I did. So it wasn't fully, yeah.
Disappointing.
The
That
screw
stuff
part
is cheap.
close the jar after you open. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Boudreaux.
So, Mr. Boudreaux, do you can your vegetables?
He must, huh?
You guys sound like you know how to can. I've never canned anything.
It's a learning curve, but it's pretty easy. If you don't have to go grab a utensil to pop that lid, it's not sealed. Right. Good point, America. Yeah, you've got to, like, I use those old, the can openers that have the old kind of bottle top openers. I
Yeah.
have to use that to open my lids.
Oh, good one.
And then you put the screwed part on after you've opened it.
So I was trying to do fresh food all year round. Is what I was after. Didn't have to be the same kind of food all year round. I don't do a lot of tomatoes and tomato sauces because there's a histamine thing that I get. Like my feet hurt when I eat too many tomatoes, which is sad because I love them.
Oh.
But so I was looking for some kind of greens, some way to have a year-round process, and I've been failing miserably.
You know what, Donnie Rain, you're right. I've tried that. And it's crazy. It does reseal, but you know what? Those lids don't. Once you have to throw the lids away once you've used them or opened it. The old, too old now. He doesn't grow. He doesn't can anymore. No
Uh,
sense in canning anymore. Yeah, yeah. But Sean, you know what? I did both freezing and canning. And when I decided to start canning was when my freezer was too full and I still had produce to put up. Hey, Heather's hubby, good to see you. Good to see
Hi,
you.
there's chubby hubby.
Wonderful. That's interesting. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
that's really helpful, you guys. I really appreciate the tips. I don't know that I'm going to be a canner. I'd have to get the big pots. I've been going minimalist. So all these tinsels and things, all this stuff that you need is
Jars and lids and
minimal.
rings and pressure cookers and canning jar. Yeah, the hot water bath. Yeah, it's a big to do. There's
Steph
so
sells stuff by
hello, 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 hello. All right, now we're waiting to see if maybe next one might be able to make it.
Mason lids will be sealed. Okay. Very handy in a pinch. Okay.
What?
I'm still reading what Donnie's telling us. Donnie's throwing out some good info. We don't throw them away unless we crimp one pulling it off.
Oh, but you know what? You're right because they can reseal, or you're told not to. It's not the safest way to do it, but you could put them in a pan of water and sterilize them that way prior to canning. I've done that and got yelled at for it, so I don't know.
Okay, has anyone tried the Tatlerlith? Heather's chubby hubby, are you telling me you know how to can too? I don't know anything. I'm a terrible.
What is a toddler? What is it? No, Mr. Dolby says no, thanks. I don't want that one. I don't know. Never home to do gardens, so I buy fresh produce and can it. You know what? You could go to the farmer's market and do that.
America, that's
What
that's
Joe is trying
something
to
I
get
thought
you
about, but I just don't know how to. I I didn't trust my lack of skills on something like food. I need to go. If it's growing, I pick it, I eat it. That's pretty much how I go, how I roll. Whatever's growing and I can eat, that's what I'm having.
Well, here's something. You might not have the
Wow.
equipment, but Lisa, you could get your mason jars, your lids, and your rings. Okay.
Okay. How many should
And
I buy?
well, I don't know. It depends on if you go to the farmer's market and say you get, I don't know, a bunch of green beans or a bunch of, and you can get the smaller ones to where you could do per size.
I've been looking for them because I don't, the big ones, the quart ones or whatever. I
Yeah,
can't
those are too much.
cut
That's
my
too
food.
right. That's too much for you. You don't eat. So you could do smaller ones for your serving size.
Right.
Um, and I'm sorry, my knee is starting to bug me. I might have to get up and walk around. And you've got do you have a great big boiling pot?
I think I have one in my stack of stuff I was going to give away.
Well, look and see if you do,
But it's
because
not like the great big ones where I've seen the big ones.
not the great big, huge, tall ones, but like if you're going to make a kettle of stew.
Yeah, I don't do that. It's just me.
Well, I know you
My
don't.
pot's this big. My pots are really tiny. I'm a minimalist. I only cook what I'm going to eat. Done. I have like a few pots
Hold
and
on.
okay, you're stretching your knee. So, okay,
Yep.
Heather's Chubby Hobby, you guys can. Donnie says, we want you to throw them out so you buy more. I would agree with that. Strictly a sales gimmick. Don't get me started. Okay, hang on a second.
All right, like in here.
I'm reading the chat. In these times, America says, in these times we live in, it's a good idea to have plenty of food. You're right, America.
Okay. Do you have a pan of this nature, a roaster?
Nothing that cool, but I can
Well,
find them. I can flea market that.
Okay. Now, let me. Do I have?
Mr. Doughboy is saying unacceptable. What's unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Ozark. Hello,
So
Oz.
here is a wide mouth jar.
Sean says, I buy the pre-bagged vegetables, potato chips, jelly beans.
big.
Kindred
Okay.
spirits, Sean.
All right, I'm going to show you what to do.
Okay. No, you don't have to sidebar like that. That's not on your agenda.
Here, it's okay. No, this is a good. This is what this is about. Okay, see, this is not as deep. Okay,
Okay.
but you might have a jelly jar, right?
Well,
Which
then I
is
have
even
to
half
buy
this
lid.
size, which is a one serving. This could probably be two servings.
Okay.
Something in here, me and Joe, that's done. Okay, so you could boil water and you could do the water bath canning
I'll tell you what, my
without
little.
having to go get a big major appliance.
Okay, right. Okay. You don't need a double boiler thing or whatever.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay.
You don't need double boiler anything.
Done.
It's basically, this is called a water bath. It would be great if you had a thing to keep it, like put like a little rack down at the bottom to keep the jars off the
Heat.
bottom. But a little jelly jar is half this size. It will definitely fit in a pan like that, and you could can that. However, if you figure out you go to my by myself, I canned 178 quarts of jalapenos last year. We ate them every meal. Any pepper in a natural detoxifier, table pepper as
That's
well.
amazing.
Wow, it is
That's just
amazing.
that's amazing. That's great.
You're right, Mr. Doughboy. She doesn't know you very well. She'll get to know you.
Yes, sorry, Mr. Doughboy.
He's messing with you.
Diane O'Might. I love that. Diane O'Might. That's
Hi, Oz.
so
How's
great.
it going, Oz?
A jalapeno a day keeps the doctor away. Yeah, I don't know about that, Mr. Boudreaux. I think I might be calling the doctor. Okay. Those
Jalapeno a day?
double as a foot soak.
Well, yeah. Do you have tiny feet? You must have small feet.
Ew.
So anyway, Lisa, that is an option that you can do, but just make sure the jar doesn't touch the bottom of the pan, that there's something inside to raise it up.
Okay.
Preferably a wired grate of some sort,
Okay. Okay. I'm going to be thinking about this, and yes, I'll be contacting you on the side, like offline, Diane.
But
So
it's worth a try, especially if you go to a farmer's market and can get your green beans, can get,
we can still
turnips
get
and beets
praise
and
God,
whatever.
we can still get vegetables and stuff. I mean, that's a blessing.
Right.
So, hello, Otis.
Otis is here. Yay. Good to see you, Otis. You love cubanali peppers. I don't know how to say that, but I'm not a pepper girl.
Cubanali.
Joe is. Joe's a pepper guy.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna go put this back.
Oh, and I'm not going to read that. Okay.
Who let Sean in here? I did, Oz. He's my buddy. He always gets to go wherever I go.
You guys are
So does Mr. Doughboy.
Or just get a ball canning kit. Heather's Chubby Hubby, I think that's probably how I'll do it. And I'll be reading the instructions. It'll be an event. I'll wait for a day where I'm just going to mess up the kitchen and stuff. But my little sister does canning. My older sister does canning. They've been successful. I've never tried it.
Then you could get help from them easily.
No, we fight too much. No.
Oh.
No, we'll be back and forth. We love each other, but we'll be back and forth.
Okay, well Okay.
Yeah, it's like, because I'll be doing this wrong or that wrong. I'm going to get the instructions. I think Heather's Chubby Hubby's right. I'll get a kit, and I need tiny jars, though. I really just need tiny jars.
So the jelly jars is what you're looking for.
Yes.
And those are small rim lids. The pint that I showed you was a wide rim. And I like those. Just go with regular.
What size lid? Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
There's only 2 sizes.
Okay, Heather's Chubby Hubby, that's what I'll do. I'll start with something easy, but I don't really eat pickles.
I would go with green beans, carrots. Because you could chop up your carrots and bite-sized pieces.
My thinking is,
maybe broccoli.
My thinking is, I'm going to find a way to grow carrots all year long, and they're going to be in the house. I'm dedicating a room to my.
I really hope you can do that because I've been trying to do that all winter long. I
I am
showed,
trying.
I said, I'm going to grow. I'm going to try to grow vegetables all year round. And he said, it's not going to work. And sure enough, they didn't. The tomatoes didn't grow inside the
I
house.
no, I know. That's why I wanted to ask Donnie about the lights. I think Donnie might understand about the lights. It's a certain kind of light you have to have. Yes. Some plants will grow on the full spectrum, the microgreens, but some need a certain something else. And it's understanding the light.
I don't know. I blacked those out. They're probably about ready. That one small plate thing is probably about ready to be opened up. Excuse me. But I never put them under light. I just put them up against a window.
That see, you have to have the light. The light is key. So have a good day, Sean.
Sean's taken off. Okay,
I'm gonna go
Sean,
mow
be
the lawn.
safe. Thanks for coming.
Sean, look for those plantains before you go cutting them up. Make sure you're not cutting up something you want.
Oh, he's got to go do something? Or is he just saying
He's
that?
gonna go mow the lawn. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh,
You
well, you
might
know what? That's
make
interesting.
sure you're not, because I went digging up my plantains before I mowed my lawn.
Well, and that's why we were looking before I was mowing the lawn. We came across
Yeah.
that one plant because I needed to mow that area. It was getting kind of out of control, crazy. And then hey, Joe Durden's in the house.
Oh,
Do what? What'd you say?
I said, hello, Joe. What do you know?
Oh, there he is. Hi, honey. Good
So Heather,
morning.
said we have a full spectrum grow lights. That's what I thought. But is that for every kind of vegetable? Like what I want to replicate is carrots inside. I want to see if I can get some like I have a nice backyard, but it's all shade. It's been very discouraging because well now I have to embrace the shade, but I don't have sun. So I want to grow like I'm in an urban area, and my goal was to make this happen and go through the process so I can show other people in urban areas how to grow food should things get, we go into those kinds of times. There's going to be some dense types of vegetables that people will be looking for. And in stressful times, you want comfort food. I know it's keto, but you want potatoes, you want those kinds of comfort foods. And if I had kids, I'm wanting food that's going to fill them up. So
Right.
how do you do that? Right? That was my goal. But it's been pretty darn hard.
That's a challenge for you, that's for sure.
Yeah, are you stretching your knee? I love you, Diane. Okay, so
I'm walking my knee off. Sorry.
yeah, I don't blame you. So okay, tomatoes need heat. Don't do well indoors, no matter the light. Gotcha, Donnie. I kind of heard that too, but they're doing pretty good in my greenhouse. So Mr. Boudreau knows this. I put up one of those Amazon greenhouses, the kind that's like $150, and the greenhouse is up. I've got some tomatoes growing in there, but there's not enough light where the greenhouse had to go. So I have lights in there and they seem to be happy. I've been growing grocery store food. Like, okay, so you missed the grow season. What will grow from the grocery store? The beets are going good. And I think that, if I keep going, I was a single mom growing up. It was just my son and myself, and we had nobody. And it was very scary at certain times. And my spiritual goal is to reduce the fear with a solution. It may not be the only solution, it may not be the only thing, but if you can get something growing, you're going to feel better. You're not going to be as scared if you can be successful growing something. And I think most people in an urban setting and an urban setting will benefit from knowing how to grow inside.
Donnie is saying that in the city type environment, raised beds do fantastic. Well, now we're talking about,
Where's that?
Donnie said in a city type environment, raised beds do fantastic.
Okay, so Donnie, this is the thing. I've been doing raised beds and I had a type of herbicide issue. And I've been doing bean tests and things. I guess it's time to, I didn't want to put out a bunch of negative videos because I have not had great success and I've been kind of bummed and trying to glass half full it, but it's like, holy cow, this is hard. If you go to the box stores, which I did, because what do I know? Nothing. I might as well be growing on cement.
He said 5-gallon buckets can be used as well. Use them as a hanging basket.
Yes, but what about plastic leach? That I'm told, and I kind of think this could be true. Those buckets are not food grade. You have to have food grade.
Then you can go get the food grade like from a bakery. Like I can go to our grocery store and get as many 5-gallon buckets I want for $1.
Oh, that's nice. Now I'm going to try to find something like that. I've been bumming from a lot of people, and I'm not really seeing a lot of people ready to give up their buckets and their baskets.
Then go to the bakeries. Go to the grocery store where they, yeah.
Notes. This is me. Bakery.
I'm having great success outside with grow bags. I'm getting ready to do a big video on that because I planted several things.
But if you're in an urban setting, you can't grow outside. And here's another thing. If you have those violet lights on at night, you're like, come, take me.
Come invade my home. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So this is something that you can't do stealth. You can't have those violet lights stealth. And, I wanted to talk about being in an urban setting and being the gray man.
That's the size jar. It's a pint, a jelly jar.
Yeah.
And see, it's a smaller. This is infused mint oil, peppermint oil. It's infused peppermint.
But what are you going to do with the peppermint oil?
I use it for the lip balm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then you were talking about food. Look at my lettuce, my Roman lettuce growing.
Yeah, I got the lettuce going.
It's doing really good out there too.
Yeah, I can grow, like regrow certain things successfully. I love beet greens. I'm not a huge beet fan, but I love the beet greens.
Donnie, that is a great tip. You take a bar of our original ivory soap, shave it in, dissolve it in water. It's a great natural insect repellent as well as raccoons and deer. I need that for the deer.
Well, we're getting a lot of tips here. So Donnie does say 5-gallon buckets can be used as well. Use them as hanging baskets. That's true. Heather's chubby hubby, having control of your food is very important, especially in cities. Indeed.
And hydroperoxide. Interesting. I didn't know about that one, Boudreaux.
Hydrogen. I've heard that. I will read more about it. I haven't really done the deep dive on that, Mr. Boudreaux.
He's talking about people. She's talking about people, Mr. Boudreaux. She lives in a neighborhood that she doesn't want to invite intruders.
Yeah. Now, right
when
now,
you have the grow lights out there, that's not good.
Right now, we have cicadas, and the grow lights attract cicadas. So
now, cicadas are
vegetable eaters and grasshoppers everywhere.
All right, Mr. Donnie Wayne, talk to us about grasshoppers. What do you do on the farm when you get invaded with grasshoppers? Naturally, we don't want chemicals on our food.
We're waiting on this one, Donnie.
I know. We're going to wait for Donnie while we're waiting for Donnie's comment.
Poor Donnie. He's like, I had no idea I'd be working on this stream.
We probably should have. Should I send him a link and have him come up and he can answer? Maybe I should.
I don't want to put him on the spot like that, but
true. We'll schedule him a day and we'll have
Donnie, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try and implement. I'm pretty sure I'll fail at most of it, and then you can tell me what I did wrong. So
Boudreaux says, okay, then net the plants from the grasshoppers in those crazy.
Right. So all of this is expense.
Right. So okay, for tomatoes, hang the baskets upside down. Use your string as a way to tie your plant so it grows up. Then like a lattice. Oh, that's a great
idea. We're going to need a demo on that, Donnie.
Yeah, no kidding. Send me a picture. Send me a video.
Yeah.
In time of shortage, you don't want to have visible preps. That's true. especially in a time of shortage.
Heather's chubby hubby. That's the thing.
That is the thing.
It's a real thing.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I had my lights on, and it occurred to me like I'm just shining this great big
Beacon. Open, open, open. Come
here.
on in. We're happy to have you. You don't
Yeah.
want that. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No.
it was pretty concerning. So what I thought I would do is use the lights because I have shade. Remember, my whole backyard. It looks like, oh, this great big backyard. When I bought the place, I thought, oh, there's plenty of room. I'll be able to grow food here. And didn't take into context the shade cover.
Yeah. Well,
And
you
it's
know, I've
free.
noticed.
It's from the properties around me.
That's right, Heather Subby. Food here. Come on in, take it. And you don't want them to do that.
And that's both plants and people.
Right. 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 Good input. Good input. I like the idea of the ivory soap. I'm going to have to do that because I've got something eating my stinging nettle I'm a little irritated about. My other self, I sent it.
No, I didn't get it, Mr. Boudreaux. And the unknown said he's sending me emails too. And I'm like, why am I not getting these? So did you send it to the JCB email? I put a different email address in there. I didn't think anybody goes on my channel because I have no content. I'll go look. Okay.
Okay, Donnie Wayne says the grasshopper thing. As Mr. Boudreaux said, cheesecloth. Well, those are inexpensive. You can go to the dollar store and get a package of cheesecloth for real cheap. Or a material that allows sun penetration is about it. They don't
think about
much,
that one.
they don't much care and will still eat your plants. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So they're gonna have cheesecloth on them. Yay. I can't wait to do that next.
Actually, no. You know what? Go get some ivory soap. You've been doing soap to begin with.
Soap is not going to. I'm spraying my butternut squash with soap right now, and those little buggers eat through the soap stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, Biggie. I know. I'm technical enough. I just wasn't checking the right email box.
Okay, they're going to eat it. The grasshoppers are just ruthless. You can't. How do you get? Oh, that. So how do you get rid of the grasshoppers? What eats grasshoppers?
For the praying mantis.
Okay, we still need a praying mantis or 2 or 5 or 10.
That's what I'm asking for. I'm praying to God, bring in the mantis.
Bring in the mantis.
Release the mantis.
That's right.
Because the praying mantis are not praying mantis. They're PREY, ferocious insect eaters. And I'm like, yeah, that's
the sniper rifle looks good on grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers, I'm like, what the heck?
I know, that's crazy. Wow. So there's really nothing you can do, Darlene, is there?
Well, no, he's saying you can cover them, a physical barrier.
Or a material that allows the sun to penetrate through it, but they don't much care. They'll just eat right through that into the plants. So, hey, Gen X, good to see you. Being on one of the plagues. Yeah, that is a plague. Yeah, those darn grasshoppers.
Now, bring in the mantis. If everybody thinks about it, if everybody puts that out there, maybe we'll get them. Maybe it'll be the rise of the mantis. So,
okay, so they leave once the food source is gone. So will they come back if you replant? I mean, maybe you could start planting in the house.
What are we doing? Like, I've got a garden outside. What are you going to do?
Seasonal, yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Boudreaux says, Dawn and veggie oil with water, shake well and spray. The oil helps keep it on the plant. I didn't put oil on mine. I did use the Dawn soap, or I used Ajax, and it works well on the butternut squash. It's helped a lot.
Okay. Sounds like a YouTube channel. Bring on the mantis. It does, Gen X. Bring on the mantis. They're going to come eat the bugs.
I'm serious. I am not kidding. I have been praying for them.
Okay. Mineral oil, veggie oil adheres to the crop.
Have to reapply every rain.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do that to my
Ozark, just dip the grasshoppers in chocolate. You know, I thought about that.
They are edible, some of them.
I know, but it's gross.
So that's
But
because
you know what I did?
that's what our brain thinks.
No, I tried the cicadas. There's the 12-year or 17-year cicadas when they came up in Maryland, and my son and I went and we tried them. Ew,
Did you?
ew.
Just a thought.
It was
But
yuck.
Ajax has bleach in it. You don't want the Ajax. You know, you could put the oil in with the ivory mixture.
Miss, Mr. Boudreaux, the Ajax has a bleach alternative, and you're right. If you don't like, what I do is the Dawn didn't get the bugs. The bugs kind of just crawled through the Dawn, right? So I was like, I need something a little more, and I just give it to them, and then they die. But the ones that I do with the Dawn dish soap, they run, and I can't catch them. It's like they're smart enough, but it's like dun 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 dun, dun. And they're darting around. You know, they're darting around the poles, and it's like no, I
Okay.
don't chase an intelligent creature like that to kill it.
So Donnie Wayne says ivory works best for us. So if you
Okay.
grate it up and dissolve that ivory in the water, then you
Okay.
add the vegetable oil or mineral oil
Okay.
in there. Okay, then you could spray it. The oil will keep the soap on the plant but not burn it, right?
Did I destroy everything, Donnie? You guys?
With the
Did I
Ajax, that
destroy
might
everything
be
using the Ajax? Because it
might
doesn't
have
look like it. No,
because
they're growing.
they're growing. I don't know. But the Ajax has kind of chemicals in it, but the ivory soap doesn't. So maybe that's why he uses that. I know, I know, I know. You were using what you had available. It's all good.
I can go to the store. I just didn't know what I was buying. The Dawn didn't work. I tried Dawn at first, but yeah, I can see Ivory being more
Because it's
effective.
a natural thing. It's more, whatever. It has to be reapplied after rainwater. Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
I know that. That's part of it. Like I water and it makes all those little squash bugs come up, and then I attack with my soap. It's like so. Yeah, that's how it goes. I'm out there watering and
Lisa, what are you doing today? I'm chasing bugs.
it's Mission Impossible. I'm hearing that theme. They're hiding and I'm going after them.
However, ivy will leave a white glossy film on it, which is okay.
Okay, thanks for that heads up.
That's okay though,
Okay.
because it's a natural soap. It's not like it's going to eat away at it.
Okay, well, thank you for that.
That's very good input, Donnie Wayne. Thank you, man. He's our star today.
Everybody's giving some really good tips.
Mr. Boo, they really are. They really are. Thank you guys so much for your help.
You didn't know I had so many problems with the garden, did you?
Then says, bring in the spiders. Spiders, what?
Oh yeah. I've got some spiders out there. I'm like, thank you guys, thank you.
Because they eat the bugs?
Yes.
Oh, of course they do. Duh. They trap them.
And the birds. I've been praying for the birds. I'm like, come on, you guys, come on.
Oh, that's good idea, Donnie Wayne. Using a drip hose to water your stuff.
Okay, that's the way to go. Indeed. I don't have like where the sun, I had to use the best sun. My hose isn't long enough. So I bought hoses. I went and it was a whole thing. I didn't do it in time. Now they're too big to be putting the drip hose in there. I can't, I'll be crushing my leaves and crushing these stems are very delicate. You have to be careful. So, and plus when I water at the bottom, I have I set up little spots where I can definitely create a little pond of water.
So do you mound plant and then you have a trail on the underneath or where you let the water kind of
after a little
irrigate? The water gets to irrigate or whatever.
It's a backyard garden. There's no irrigation. This is just, I start out with mounds.
I get that.
I start out with mounds and then they kind of sink in. So I start with mounds, but they go away. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Preen, I've heard of that, Mr. Boudreaux. There's chubby hubby. Plus, then you can use the leaves to wash up with. Here's a question: can you eat butternut squash leaves?
Oh,
They're really big and green, and they look nutritious. And I really wanted to try them, but the plant itself needs the leaves. Like they like to feel. Plant likes to feel the wind lift the leaves. This is a true thing. So
well, also too, it protects the fruit or the produce from the sun. It's almost like they hide. If you notice, they always plant marigolds around the garden. There you go. That is an insect repeller for sure.
what?
Marigold plants.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So wait, we got Reno back here.
Hey, Reno.
So okay, so we got Mr. Boudreaux's talking about preen. Gen X says sounds like cheaper to buy at the store. I'll go sit in the corner now. I
No, you can't go in the corner. Get out of the corner, man. No, no, no,
no, but we
no.
spend our lives behind behind monitors. Like I've got
Right,
the
right.
IT.
Whoops, whoops, whoops. Let
Um,
me level us out here a little bit.
okay, and Reno says, have you tried? I can't say that, Reno. Diatom.
Diatoma chaos earth for bug control. Well, don't know that how to pronounce it, so probably not.
Diatomaceous earth for bug control. I'm taking notes. Notes.
Preen works well, but not all natural, I don't think. Yeah, preen's not natural.
Well,
And
right now I have
isn't
to
preen,
stick with natural. Hang
isn't it
on.
a weed killer?
Diatom aceous earth. I'll try that.
I thought preen was a weed killer.
I don't know. I'm gonna read them. Now marigolds, yeah, I'm gonna do that too. They just don't seem to grow around the big plants because they don't seem to get the light, and it takes a long time. It's like they come in the fall. I don't know what to say about that. Honest answer: preen works well, but not on. Okay, we got that one, Joe. Next, thanks, and thanks for that heads up because I don't have a lot of money to go spending on this stuff.
Okay, Ray MNO says it's natural and bugs hate it. So let's talk about
Okay,
Diatomaceous.
gonna try that one.
Okay. Diatomaceous earth. It's natural and bugs hate it. Yeah, we're in the season of the bugs have evolved and they're either, oh, okay, could
Bring
use
on the mantis.
dead bug.
Could use Captain Jack's dead bug. Now I thought you were going to say Captain Morgan's. That's what I thought.
I
First.
thought he was gonna too.
Captain Morgan's. That's a good reason to go buy it.
That'll help soothe me for the day, but how about 6 weeks from now? Uses spinosad as active ingredient and natural bacteria found in soil. Oh, well, looky there.
Dead bug.
It's good for lots of stuff, Heather's hubby. Preen makes different products. One is for vegetable gardens, used to use it on tomato and cucumber plants. Oh, I didn't know that, Gen X. Neem oil extract. That's right. I've seen that.
Neem.
Somebody on YouTube had that. That is a good source of bug killer, especially those.
It's good for you all around.
Those caterpillar worms. Those creepy little white butterfly moth eating leaf killing.
And they leave great big larvae, ugly larvae that you can see through as it's growing.
They look like
see it moving as it's growing. It's like,
hey! I know they're gross.
You know what I do? I put them in a trash can lid, and then I walk away and I say, "Birds, come get them. come get some food."
Oh, is that right, Donnie Wayne? Well, I don't know.
Dry earth.
That's that dio whatever but he didn't spell it out. Diatomaceous earth. That's the same thing he's talking about. He just abbreviated it.
Well, I think Reno might have used it. Reno, did you try it? Have you used it?
Yeah.
Gen X, nobody eats those ugly white things. They're disgusting. Nobody eats those but birds. They're gross.
Birds? I haven't even seen that, but maybe.
No, the birds eat them. They'll come.
Then I need more birds. I need to put some bird seed out then, because those buggers, ate an entire tree. Leaves. Yeah, there's nothing but berries and branches left. It was crazy. I was like, are you kidding me? You have just demolished this poor tree. Well, and it's a poison tree and it's going to get cut down anyway. But the point is, then it moved on to the stinging nettle.
Oh, you mean the one you thought might have been elderberries?
Yeah, the elder tree.
Oh,
But it's not the elderberry. It's an elder. It's just
okay.
poison.
So Reno says a friend uses it all the time in their garden. I'm sure that there's got to be these products. There's got to be some kind of combo for it. Um, I don't know. Okay, Mr. Boudreaux, you can get a hand sprayer. Got it. Mix the neem. Yeah, soap dish liquid and water is what I use. Okay. Okay. Donnie says poultry folk brought it years ago for mite control, supposed to be used as a dust bat. Most certainly doesn't work. Mite control for chickens? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. So it didn't work for that reason. Hmm.
Yeah. Gen X, in a pinch, if you want to eat one of those gnarly larvae, have at it. I'm gonna starve. I'm not gonna eat it.
He was overseas and in the Asia area, and he had to learn how to eat their cuisine.
Okay, but it's not these gnarly white things.
No, I'm sure not.
They're too
He
gross.
says I have. He's eaten them. Gross.
Oh, Gen X.
Well, then you could go on. What is that? Dare to? I don't know. There was that crazy show to where they
Oh, I
gave.
remember it. No, thank you.
I know, gross. It's a
I guess it
never-ending
cured their
battle.
bug problems. Oh, yeah, I guess it did, didn't it? Ugh. Okay, Mr. Boudreaux, it's a never-ending battle. You just have to keep up with it. That's the bottom line for outdoor growing. That's true.
True, true. Yeah.
So now we have the cicadas, and I'm seeing all the cicada shells like all over my little garden fence post.
Again, tell me, what is a cicada?
There's those big things that make noise at night, and you hear them go. Cicadas are bugs that live in the ground.
Oh,
They grow larvae, and there's different ones. Some come up every year, some come up every 7 years, some come up every 17 years. And it's at night when you're in the summer at night, and all of a sudden you hear
that's what those are.
mosquitoes, yeah.
I thought.
And you'll see their brown shells or brown husks of the old growth, and then whatever new cicada bug that comes out is somewhere around. I don't know, but
Weird.
it's gross. So you see these shells. I'll take some pictures and send them to you. Right? Okay. Where are we on our chat? Keep up.
You're right, Donnie Wayne. When SHTF, when stuff hits the fan, Walmart and the grocery stores, they can't or won't be able to save us. Be the first places that people will be looting. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
It'd be crazy.
Yes.
So
So
we
urban
do
area.
Mhm.
That's and you know what? That kind of stuff's already starting here. I mean, it's a high crime area, no doubt, but it's in the stores is where these gunshots and things. It's right over by the stores,
Ugh.
for sure.
So we just need to plan B it. You realize it could possibly be, push comes to shove, we'd be better off and healthier for it anyway, because we know what we're growing in, we know what we're doing it for, we know how it's being prepared,
Absolutely.
and there's no preservatives, whatever, that actually those preservatives is what's getting people sick.
Yeah, it's like
You know?
make lemonade out of a situation that you don't want to be in. But again, I remember raising my son alone, and if it were me looking at this as a single mom, there's you know there's steps I would have to take. And not everybody has a backyard, and not everybody has a farm, and not everybody has money to try these different products that maybe work, don't work. You lose a season if it doesn't work.
Right,
Lose,
right. So,
it's very
some people, all they have is a deck because they live in an apartment. How does an apartment dweller grow food,
What
and
I'm
they
saying.
some have been able to do that. They've been able to, but some parts of
These
the
people,
apartment don't get the sun that other parts do.
right? And I've been there, and I've been successful, sort of. You know, I spent a lot of money trying different things, and that's why I'm so intent on this. Like this
Mhm.
time, I'm going to spend money, and I want it to be, whatever I'm doing has to be right. It has to be right. I need the correct lights.
I didn't think about it, but yeah, grow lights make a big difference. I mean, I had a girlfriend of mine's mom who would sell to the local hospital at that time when we were kids and lived in a big city. And she had these ultraviolet lights and hanging trays and shelves and whatever. And she made African violets to sell. African violets are incredibly hard to grow.
Right.
They're so
I know.
picky that, I could never, I'd buy one, try to grow it, die. I mean, I either overwatered it, I don't even know how to take care of it. But she could do it crazy. And that was down in her basement. I had an uncle, rest his soul now, who grew vegetables year round hydroponically. He just put PVC pipes together and they were all down in his basement. And
Okay.
yet I mean,
We talked about that, but for the benefit of the chat, I tried that too, and I made a hot mess, and it was stinky. I'm not going to do that. And it wasn't in a basement either, so that ain't going to happen. I mean, everything smelled like fish. It was really bad.
okay, well, that's because of what, yeah, you use. I don't know. You got to figure out what works for you. I like the microgreens because I can get the nutrition.
I'm doing
But
microgreens. I'm doing the fish stuff. I am.
okay,
I'm going to do it again because yes, that I found to be the best fertilizer for that kind of thing. What do you guys say? Oh, Gen X hanging plants, but many of the HOA don't allow them. Correct. Correct. Um,
true, Donnie Wayne. They don't have store shelves anymore, not like they used to. You're right.
Heather's chubby hubby, they are trying to get us all to eat bugs. I've seen that too.
Seriously?
Yes.
Gross.
They're trying to socialize the concept.
That's disgusting.
Well, you might have to, but it isn't going to be those big, gnarly white ones. No.
Sean doesn't have to mow. He's back. Canceled, but due to rain.
Heather's chubby hubby, they only have about 3 days of supplies, and that is during normal times. This is true. I think, you guys, that it's too overwhelming and scary for people. And Diane and I and Nick have talked about this. We want to show solutions so that we can reduce the fear and have confidence. My perspective is it's a mindset. You have to
Exactly.
be, you have to get your mind ready.
Right. You've got to gear up for I can do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure this out. For me it's easy, but I was raised with gardens. I figured, well, if the earth can sow a seed and create all these plants and everything, I can plant a seed in the dirt and grow something.
Well, I've got dirt and nothing's growing, and that's because of all the
Well,
things.
and you've got dead dirt.
Yeah, so
Does
it's
it
just
smell like dirt or does it smell like nothing?
it's depleted. It's underneath some kind of gravel stuff, crushed gravel that they use to drive on. It's a sad situation. But
So
let's leave
if
it
you
at
were
that.
to go to the woods and dig up some dirt out of the woods and bring it in,
So that's what I did. So I do have some, I had some setbacks. So here's what I'm doing about it type of approaches. And I do have some things that I saw. I don't know how timing is going on here.
we're good. Speak away.
Okay, so I always go to the park, the city parks, and I saw where there were some really great mounds of grass clippings that have been sitting all summer. And I'm going back with my little blue wagon, and I'm going to get some bags and take the grass clippings because they definitely look compostable, and it's an area where nobody is spraying anything. They're just mowing it down and leaving it sit there. That's a solution for me. I was really praising God when I saw that those grass clippings. Now it's going to be hot and work, but that's one thing. I noticed that I have to create my own compost piles. Yes. But that doesn't happen overnight. So I'm building areas where I can compost. But that's really the key. Focus on leaves, not garden grasses, because people don't know that they've got the herbicides on their grasses. You know, you can ask somebody, do you spray? And they say, no, but they probably did try something. You just can't trust it. People don't know. I went to the Norfolk feed store, which is like your local coin shop. They're the experts. I asked about a lot of things, and the grazon, they didn't know about it, which caused me some concern. I'm doing the bean test on the straw that I bought from there. I've been trying to video this for the bean test. I don't know if you guys know about this, but if you throw some beans out, I bet you, Donnie, you know, if you throw some beans out on the ground and if they grow, you wait a couple weeks, you see what they look like. Are they twisty? Do they have that cupped appearance? They look deformed. When you'll see it, you know, when there's herbicides, you'll see it. So I've got one little spot that looks pretty good that the beans are coming up. I've been trying a lot of different things that I want to post, but I have to really focus on getting some kind of remediation going, and I can't do videos and remediate this issue. So I did go in the woods. I did get access. I asked one of my neighbors who backs up to the woods if I could cut across his lawn and get to the woods, and he said yes. So I'm going to be getting the leaves. I'm going to be getting dirt from there. Anywhere that's not sprayed, I feel pretty confident about. So that's, I think, the solution is to use the soil from woods, which will be it's deep and rich and moist and full of, you know, all the things you want to see. But I tried. I am not using the cow manure stuff. I just don't think that enough people know. It's really expensive now. Fertilizer's the issue. So no on the cow manure. And so Donnie, we're going to need to talk about that. I think you're you're the person who should be talking about that. But I'm trying mushroom compost, and I found glass in it.
You found glass
in a bag of compost. I'm telling you,
that's
big
because it's being highly manufactured in plants and whatever. Video it with phone, then you can do both at the same time. Yeah, but you got to have something to hold the phone.
Yeah, and Gen X, I mean, my phone blows up in this heat. I don't get very much.
It has to do short intervals. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm doing. But as soon as I hit video, this is another whole problem. Life has to go on. I can't solve for every single problem. So right now, my phone can only tolerate a couple videos, very short ones, outside. So that's what it is. Okay, so let's go back up a little bit. I'm looking at the chat. Fish emulsion is a good fertilizer. You know what, Mr. Boudreau? Fish emulsion is the yes. Absolute yes. That I put that on some of my grocery store plants that I'm trying to regrow. Boom. And I put it on a lot of stuff, and it really helps. But I'm seeing from the cow manure or manures and things like that, I'm getting either like it looks like sterilized seeds. I'm getting small plants, not a good yield. I'm not seeing anything that makes me say I want to pay $10 a bag for that stuff. So the answer is no on that. Okay.
Well, I wonder if there isn't.
Go fishing for sunfish. No.
There a liquid fish? I don't know.
No, I know, Mr. Boudreau. I'm not going to be able to go fishing. I'm buying sardines. I can't add fishing. I love to fish, but I cannot add another thing to my schedule. So fishing's not going to be one of them. Uh,
Have a great day, everyone. I have to run. Thank you, ladies, for the stream. Good stuff. Thank you, Joe. Oh, he's got to go on his appointment. Yeah.
okay.
All right. I love you, Joe. Thanks for popping in, honey. And Mr. Doughboy said this is unsettling.
Mr. Doughboy, I'm sorry, it is. That's why I haven't really wanted to post things because it looks like a lot of bad news. And eek, it is kind of bad news, but
It is bad news. And it's also kind of scary. It's like, okay, what do we do now?
don't, it's big.
But you don't have to panic.
No, you have to say, are you in a big box store? You are with Big Ag. You can expect many things to have to overcome if that's the approach.
And you might have to do something like I do. I go to a local nursery that
Well,
gets their produce from local people that they know.
and
And that means traveling outside of your comfort, you know.
I'm telling you, the feed store is our go-to place for everybody, and they did not know about the grazon.
Hey, there's Wilson. Good to
Hi,
see you,
Wilson.
Wilson. Howdy, howdy, ho, neighbor Wilson.
Okay, Mr. Boudreau is saying if you use cow manure, it needs to sit a year or two before using it and add to the compost. You know what? I'm not even going to trust it again. I think the problem is the cow manure. I don't know that it's in the straw. I'm doing an experiment with straw leaching. You know, like leaching means if you wet it and then the chemicals will come out of it. Before I do my fall bed, which I'm just giving up on the summer thing. It is what it is. Now I'm going to build my fall beds, but I don't have great compost for it. So I have to start putting stuff on it so that I can get the microbes and all that going. And I used straw as a layer, you know, the lasagna trick that you see on the videos where you layer like the boxes and you layer the straw, then you put some wood chips, and then you put some kind of base layer of soil or dirt. And then, you know, that's mixed with your compost and all your good stuff. And then you take your plants that you've grown in a healthy mix, you know, something that's going to give them a good start so it's ready to plant. So that's what I'm trying to recreate right now. And it's the straw I have to look at and say, is the straw and the mushroom compost, are these things carrying these chemicals? So I'm doing the bean test where I throw the beans, like I threw beans into the bag of the compost, and that's where I saw the red glass.
Thanks, Ray Amino. Have a good day at work today. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate
Sorry,
it.
you guys, I didn't mean to do that. Hey,
No,
Ray,
you're fine. You're fine. I just wanted to make sure I said it goodbye and be well and to him. Thank
it's
you.
a lot. It's a lot.
And if you're not used to it, like I have a disadvantage over, or an advantage, I'd say, over where you're at, because the nutrients don't go bad on our property because it's never been used. And in the area that it was, where I did have a garden at one point, can't go there anymore, but the raspberries have grown up in there, so that's now become a raspberry patch. But the trees don't give it enough light. But the trees around me, I mean, we're surrounded by trees in our house, kind of like at our house, kind of like you are. We're finding more and more shade areas and less areas of longer sun. So what do you do with those cases? Well, and then you have to think about, what do you need? We don't eat a whole lot of tomatoes, so growing tomatoes or cucumbers, because we don't eat a lot of our pickles, isn't a big thing anymore. Whereas when the kids were little, that was huge.
Yeah.
So now it's a matter of changing what vegetables do I like, what can I grow? Well, if that comes to that, I can grow carrots in a grow bag and bring it in the house year round and let them buggers just get big and huge.
They need those grow lights.
Oh, do they?
Yes, because they don't get big and huge.
Well, the leaves will grow. The carrot leaves will be good, but I'm not a big salad eater either. So then it's like, okay, if I'm not going to be eating a lot of salad, and I like my stir fry veggies, then what do I need to do to change that? So I'm not really sure.
It's a lot. to think about.
It is. It is. You're right, Mrs. Durbin. There is nature's compost, rather it's been setting for years. That's right. And like you were saying, you go out, nature does that. They compost, it composts every year. They drop their leaves. It by and then the snow falls, and then come the spring, and yeah, you've got those leaves around there, but in time it disintegrates. And that's what feeds the soil. So the soil in the woods are incredibly rich. And they don't spray the woods. Why would they spray the woods? So it's a matter of just going out into the woods somewhere and asking somebody, can I steal some of your wood dirt? Forest dirt.
No, I mean this. It's the parks is where I'm going. I went to the arboretum, the local arboretum, and was asking a bunch of questions there. They do not want you taking anything out of there except what's on the ground, which is the dirt. But it's understandable. That's a controlled ecosystem.
True.
I went there to learn about the tea plants, which was great. Um, but just getting the compostable stuff here, you think you go drive by and pick up bags of people's lawn clippings or picking up stuff from the side of the road, which I did. I don't know where the source is of the contaminants that I put in my garden. I don't know. It could have been from somebody's bag of clippings. I was just following what I saw on the videos. There's a lot of people saying, "Oh, just go drive." Every time I see bags by the road, I grab them, and it's like, okay, I do that, and it's like, oh, bummer. There's chemicals on it that I didn't know. I
Which
would like,
is why it's beside the
don't
bag.
do that, huh?
Right. Which is why it's beside the road. They're getting rid of it.
No, this is a lot of people. There's a lot of videos out there that because the city will pick it up.
Oh,
People don't know they have herbicides. I've asked, and they say no. But most people don't know what it is.
true. Good point. Good point. Not all videos are correct. Well, that's true. Not all videos are correct.
Hygienics.
You're on the truck listening. Thank you, Donnie Wayne. There he is out in the field. But you know what? Donnie Wayne's a prime example of an organic farmer.
Donnie, I thought about you so much this week. I was like, I want to ask Donnie this question. I want to ask Donnie that question.
Right, right. Hey, always wanted more silver. Welcome. Good to see
Hey,
you. I'm glad you are here. Thank you so much for coming in. Guys, I just appreciate every one of you in here today. Thank you so much.
you guys have been really helpful. I really appreciate it. I'm, clearly a rookie in many ways of this stuff, and really appreciate the help.
Definitely, for sure. It's quarter to two or quarter to one, quarter to two your time. I'm gonna have to end this stream, guys. I hate to do that because we're getting some really good people in here and to talk. And this was a great topic, and I appreciate that. Nick's had some personal stuff to contend with family and stuff, and
I
so
was
she couldn't be here. Huh?
I was hoping she'd make it.
Yeah, she was too, but I told her, I said, be safe. She was an hour and a half away, and she didn't know if she was going to make it. Yes, I did say I appreciate you, Wilson. You're such a stinker. Um, Next week, Joe and I will be traveling to Ohio for the Coin Show. So Nick has volunteered. We're going to have to put her link up there. Oh, wait, it's in the description, I believe. So you're going to want to go over to Nick's Coins, and maybe Lisa will have it one week. But I know for 2 Tuesdays in a row, I will not be able. So if you don't have those links, get them now. I'll post them for you guys. And go over there, same time, different station.
But it'll be from Nick's because I still don't have any content.
Well, go and like and subscribe my other self's channel right over there. I just posted that for you because she's got some stuff coming up, and when it gets posted, you're gonna want to be notified, and you want to check it out because she's doing a lot of research that's really, really good and really, really good to know about that you may be able to incorporate and give her a tip on, or who knows what happens, but you know what? Go like and friend her and and make sure you watch. Do you have anything up
No, I don't. But I have a lot of things that I'm
in
starting
the
to put
works?
together, but I've really been focusing on real life.
Right. That's going to be good. Okay. Worm works well. Also, they work for you. Yeah, worms are great if you can get
I
them.
got worms.
You got worms.
I got worms.
I don't.
Just takes time.
It takes time. Exactly. Everything. I mean, my first year, the garden wasn't all that great. I mean, and this second year, it's like the more, because I hadn't done it in so long. And I did notice that gardening in Texas is so different than gardening in Minnesota. We're talking a lot different. So, depending upon where you live, has a lot to do with how your garden grows or what you choose to do. And, you know, I got to where it's like, what? There's a shot for that, Diane, asked Joe. Wilson, no. I got to the point where I was like you. I wanted to grow in my house year round to where I didn't have to, because canning is hard work. And I was getting to where I didn't have time. I mean, the kids were getting busier with, Becca was already graduated and she was doing whatever. And then we had Axel. And then, yes, it's not fair if you know what's coming. There is going to be food issues. Better to be prepared than not. I agree with you, Donnie.
That's what we're working on, Bonnie.
Absolutely.
It's what we're working on.
So we're getting to that point. But, with kids' activities and you're not home as much, it was harder to do the canning. It was harder to do this. And it's just getting more challenging. And then it was like, well, I don't need to can all that stuff and doing a garden every year. And it was just me doing it. I didn't have the time. Microgreens were wonderful because I could make powders out of that. I could make a shake smoothie with that. And I could eat it in my sandwiches as it comes along. I was getting it. Mr. Boudreau lives in Massachusetts. Everything I shared works for my area. That's right. Everything works for your area. And did y'all know or hear Smithfield closed 2 more plants?
Oh no, we have a Smithfield here on this side on the East Coast too.
What is Smithfield?
It's pig processing.
Oh,
China bought it.
food processing plants seem to be blowing up a lot lately also. Yeah, I'm seeing more fires. It's just a weird thing. So it's better to be prepared and figure it out. And like you said, hanging baskets, they could work if you get the right um, grow material inside. I don't know
Big
anything.
it. It's a big it.
Right. So it's a matter of where you're going to find your grow material. Where are you going to go get it? How is it going to work for you? And even good soil functions different in containers than it does when you put it in the ground. It's a whole different.
Yeah, you got to have that perlite so it can aerate,
Yep, vermiculite. Yep.
vermiculite. Yeah.
So, guys, we're going to call it a day. I'm going to say thank you so much. And save seeds from heirloom varieties of vegetables as
Yeah.
well. Hybrid varieties are usually an issue to save seed from. Well, yeah, they won't
They're
reproduce
sterile.
fruit. Yeah,
It doesn't work.
they won't work. So you got to get the heirloom for sure.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
using heirloom.
as much as you can for the next couple of years. There's something to think about as well. So, guys, we're going to end this. It's already almost 2 o'clock, and we appreciate all your input and all your. Thank you so much, Chubby Hubby and Donnie Wayne. I gotta get you to email me, or I'll get a hold of your email from Joe's end of it, and we got to schedule something for you. Um, you've got a wealth of information that really could be beneficial, especially being you as a farmer and the things that you've encountered. And just there is a way to make this happen. There is a way to make it work for sure.
Yeah, I believe that.
And it's just a matter of finding the answer to a plan B solution. You guys have a great week. We will talk to you when we get to, and don't forget tomorrow at 7 p.m. Yes, definitely. I agree. We love you all so much. 7 p.m. Joe's Durban. He is having an auction. No, do you go close to Joe's end of anything, Diana Wilson? I will do what I want to. I'm his wife. So, and then I know that the tribe is Thursday at, was it 5 or 6? Let me look here real quick. And we'll be talking about some other topics coming up.
Well, you have your coin show.
Tomorrow at 7. Yep. And
No, I
then
mean, no, the coin show coming up in Ohio.
that is going to be July 14, 15, and 16.
Right.
Yep. And
So
yeah,
Nick
the
gonna
coin
host.
tribe is Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Let me see if I can post that. It's not letting me.
I know Donnie. I know Donnie. I know you're listening. You can't see the chat, but I know dark black soil.
Red dirt is mostly clay, which isn't ideal. Oh, don't I know it? Yeah. Texas dirt stinks. I mean, sucks. It just is bad.
Okay. Some bids of the coin show. Mr. Boudreau asked her the same thing, and I don't think we're going to get that.
We might be able to, Joe. We could probably not do a live, but a video. And it depends. Last year, we didn't get a chance to. We were just so busy. But you know what? Between the two of us, Joe and I should be able to do it on our phone. I'd have to do a video. Joe could go live. But it depends on several different things. We have to deal with Joe's phone first in order for all of that to work. But Mr. Boudreau, yeah. And sometimes when we're out and about, especially in Ohio, we go visit Robert Lawson Coin Ops in Florida, and they let us do our auctions at their house with them, and it's kind of fun to do. And so, if we're gone more than a week, we will do for sure, definitely do auctions. But that weekend, that Friday, we will not be doing auctions. Maybe Wednesday, depending upon when we get into Ohio and how that works out. So anyway, that's what's happening. So next week, Nix and Lisa are going to, or my other self, are going to be holding a powwow about what's going on. And she's got some really good stuff to talk about stinging nettle other than drinking it for tea and having some vitamin input. That is my vitamin go-to. And I noticed a difference. Yesterday, I did not drink a cup of stinging nettle. Today I did, and I can really definitely feel the difference. That's when your nutrition is working. So, all right, guys.
Oh, yeah. Hit that thumbs up too, please.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, guys. See you when I get to tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Bye.